Hi, my name is Loren Roland. Welcome to New Life Conversions.
This content is sponsored by Outdoorsy. Through Outdoorsy, you can rent your camper van out to make extra cash, and you can rent a van to try van life before you commit.
This is a Ram ProMaster. It's a 136-inch wheelbase. When we chose this 136-inch wheelbase, we've got very limited space here. And so we're trying to brainstorm and try to figure out how can we make use of every available spot. That's probably the biggest challenge of doing these vans. Because we have such a tiny space, we thought, well, we have to be able to swivel these seats. And so we bought the seat swivel kit to be able to turn these around, which you can see they all do that. Also thought, well, I would have loved to have the cabinets come all the way back this way, but we can't do that because you need room for the driver's side seat. And so we thought, well, if we're going to swivel this seat, which we wanted to do, we wanted to have some room for some toe space back here, for some leg space, or also be able to pull up the seat, and you could utilize this as a computer table, eating table, whatever it is you want to do. This also, you can see, doubles as a spot, as an extension of the kitchen counter. We've got the butcher block counter here. And then as far as this goes, we've just got a 2-burner induction top stove on there. The sink that we've got here with the cutout top, which recessed the sink itself within so that we could have a smooth line that goes across the whole thing in case you want to double this. Once again, is more space for food prep. I've got a Moen faucet here with an extension here that you a sprayer. All right, so along with the water, we've got a water pump that's installed on the underside here, which is just a switch. That's just the pump switch. We've got all these electrical outlets. We've got some USB ports. This is our Webasto heater control, which is actually right at the toe kick of my feet here is where the heat comes out. As far as the windows go, you can see that they crank out to a full open there, an awning style. And the plan, we actually, for this build, we added this window and we added this window. Every other window came with the van. We also cut out the ceiling fan. And so the idea with the ceiling fan is to vent your cooking on the cooktop there. This Max fan has got the ability to pull air up or push air down, depending on what your liking is. But in this case, if you're cooking, you're drawing air from there, kicking it out the ceiling. Same thing here as it goes from the feet of the bed here. You can open up a slider window there to draw cross ventilation from here to the Max fan. We wanted to add a refrigerator. You can see that the refrigerator itself is not very big, which this tiny living, I mean, I would love to have my full-size fridge for kitchen space, but you don't have that luxury. So we went with this smaller Dometic fridge, which actually works really well. It cools the freezer compartment on the top, cools really well on the bottom, but I mean, it's really probably only good for 2 or 3 days. But yeah, it works real good. It works on actually both. It'll work on DC power or AC power. Right now we've got it hooked up for DC, but it does have both as an option. And then as far as the space down below here, so we've got a pull-out drawer below the refrigerator itself. Things got self-closures on them. We've got the underspace on the underside of the sink here, which has got our 5-gallon gray water tank. It's got a 4-gallon hot water heater. I created this little box on the underside here so that you can store, I mean, in this case, we've got some marshmallow roasters, the lighters under here, some spatulas, whatever you want to use. Got a back so they can't fall out of there. But so there again, it's just trying to take advantage of these spaces because you have to if you're going to try to live in these tiny spots. And as far as the upper cabinets go, I've got 4 upper cabinets here. I thought about putting some on this side, but I wanted to create a little bit more headroom as far as the bed itself goes so that you can sit up in the bed. But these have all opened fully, plenty of storage up there. So the upper cabinets, because you don't want to get knocked in the head, they do stay open by themselves. They've got this rocker arm. This is a Blum style arm, as well as the flush Blum cabinet hinges as well for just that clean cabinet look. So popular feature for most vans, or a lot of vans, I know we did a lot of research into this, trying to figure out what toilet. This is a Nature's Head toilet. Works perfectly. For the urine portion of it, that has to be emptied out every 2-3 days, depending on how often you have to go. And I did, as far as this pull-out goes, it's on felt pads down there so that you can pull it out. And I've got some little step-ups here so that because this is quite a bit of jump from the floor to the bed, so you can step up into here and get up into bed with ease. That was a request from my wife, by the way. And then as far as keeping this toilet in place, there's a little lock that's behind this. You reach around back and you lock it from the back side, which is important to do before you hit the road because, of course, forward momentum pulls the toilet out, but it stays in place real nice with that. So this is Fairly large drawer with self-closures as well. It's got some hidden magnets on the back side of there that keep the drawer closed. To make it easy access for the electrical components of the van, we got this little drawer here, which is basically the main switch. It's access to all the batteries. You can see the AGM battery here. We got another one down below here. Got the main shut off plus some of the fuse panel, which is up and around the corner here. All right, so dual purpose back in mind. You have to have a place to eat, and you have to have a place maybe to sit down and have a workspace. So what we provided here is a pull-out table, which is on magnets as well, so that momentum cannot carry this table forward. Pulls forward all the way out to about 50 inches. And it doubles as an eating table. You can put your two chairs right here, an eating table, computer table, which, like I said, you got your power right here for plugging in. My wife works remotely, and I know she sits down at a computer table quite often, and she likes to be able to stand while she's doing on her workspace. And so you got that option to stand out here, do some of your work as well. Maybe you could even do some food prep while standing from the outside as well. I sat on the end of this table, not that I recommend doing it, but it does support quite a little weight, just like they say it does. So I didn't change anything as far as the headliner goes. The only thing that I did is add this little trim piece on the front and a transition felt piece on the bottom here, just to basically hide some of the components, because I didn't like the way it looked finish-wise. And so other than that, is we still got the full space up here. Also wanted to add this additional these slider cabinets up here, just to hide some of the track that the sliding door goes in. Because I'm a finished carpenter by trade, I don't like to see some of those things, so I have to try to get creative and hide that spot. This spot works great for throwing a hat or gloves in on the way out the door, a dog leash, or whatever it is that you want to put up there. So something you always have to consider when you're building out a van is which direction are you going to put the bed. And you got two options. You can run it this way or you can run it this way, depending on the van layout that you have or what it is you're trying to achieve. I'm actually 6 feet tall, and I've got space from wall to wall here on both sides. It runs about 75 inches. The mattress itself is an actual full-size mattress. It's not a custom mattress. One of the bigger challenges of this van was to have enough space to fit a full-size mattress in that's not modified in this space. And so you can see that we had to take advantage of the cutout of the window wells on both sides to try to gain that additional space. I'm 6 feet tall, got plenty of head clearance here, got about an inch up there. We didn't put cabinets on this side just for the sake of wanting to be able to maybe watch a movie in the evenings and be able to sit on this side. If you did have a cabinet over here, you wouldn't be able to do that. Got lighting for the 4 puck lights above the eating area here, and then we got another switch behind me here that does all on a dimmer switch for these puck lights above us here. Okay, so this is the garage area. In the garage, you can see some of the electrical components of the van. We got the 3,000 watt inverter, and we've got the 400 amp hours of AGM batteries, and the 350 watts of solar power on the roof. Okay, so you can see that we've got an outdoor shower here, which actually has a quick connect here, which the shower head is on a hose in here with a little quick connect that goes here that you can. It's basically almost like a garden faucet or so, but you can use it to you can wear your swimsuit if you want, or you can go in the buff if you'd like. It's all up to personal preference. But we've got 2 curtains. We've got a curtain that would hang across here to protect water from going in the van. Then we got another curtain that hangs across the back side here for that little bit of privacy that you might want. And so as far as this is just a regular household water faucet that pulls either hot water or cold water with the adjustment that you need here. This is our fill port for the 25-gallon freshwater tank on the inside here. So the advantages we spoke of earlier about having the raised bed, you can see what kind of space we have under here. I hope you've enjoyed the walk through the van. I mean, this project has been a lot of fun. You can find us on newlifeconversions.com. If you want to rent this van, you go to Outdoorsy, and you can find us on there, and we'd love to see you. We hope to see you on the road someday.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.